You ever look at an investment's return and just feel kind of cheated? Like the numbers they're advertising don't quite match up with what's actually in your account? Well, there's often a hidden trick in those numbers, and today we're going to pull back the curtain on it.
Yeah, this quote absolutely nails it. Average return is a term that Wall Street just loves to throw around. But you know what? It can paint a seriously deceptive, rosy picture. So we're going to focus on the number that tells the real story, the compound annual growth rate, or as we'll call it, CAGR.
All right, let's dive right in. First things first, we've got to understand why this super common metric can be so misleading. It's time we dismantle what I like to call the average return lie. So here's the deal. The massive flaw with a simple average is that it just adds up the good years and the bad years and divides by the number of years. It totally, completely ignores the one thing that impacts your money the most in the real world: volatility, those wild ups and downs. And this is exactly how a fund can show a positive average return on paper, even while your actual investment has shrunk.
And to really see this in action, let's go on a little ride. We're going to call it the roller coaster. And trust me, this is the perfect way to see how those wild swings can mess with your head and, more importantly, your actual money.
Okay, so picture this. You start out with a nice, crisp $100 bill. You find an investment you're really excited about and you put your $100 in, ready for the ride.
And year one, wow, it's amazing. You knock it out of the park, your investment just shoots up by 50%, you're feeling like a total genius, right? Things are looking great. So, your initial $100 is now worth $150. That's a $50 gain in just 1 year. Awesome. But hey, remember what I said? This is a roller coaster.
Then comes year two. The market, well, it takes a dive. Your investment drops by 50%. Now, your brain probably immediately goes, okay, up 50, down 50. That just cancels out, right? I should be right back where I started. But that's not how the math works at all.
And this is the trap. That 50% drop, it's not based on your original $100. Nope. It's calculated from that new high of $150. So a 50% drop from there is a $75 loss, leaving you with just $75. You've actually lost $25 of your original money. And right here you can see these two completely different realities, side by side. On the left, you've got the marketing spin, a 0% average return. I mean, plus 50 and minus 50 do average out to zero, mathematically. But on the right, that's the cold, hard truth in your bank account. You're down 25%. This right here is the average return lie in action. Okay, so if average return is the villain of this story, who's the hero? Well, that brings us to CAGR, the real return. This is the number that tells the truth. You really should think of CAGR as the truth teller. It's the metric that just cuts right through all that noise, all those crazy ups and downs, to show you what actually happened to your money over time. It's honest, it's accurate, and honestly, it's the number you should always be looking for. So what is this thing exactly? Well, the compound annual growth rate, it basically just smooths out that wild roller coaster ride. It figures out the one single, steady, consistent growth rate your money would have needed to get from where it started to where it ended. It really answers the only question that matters. What was the real compounded growth of my money, year after year? This little table here just makes the difference crystal clear. You see, average return is just simple, kind of basic math. CAGR, on the other hand, measures the real growth of your actual dollars. Average return pretends the roller coaster doesn't exist. CAGR is built to handle it. And the result? Well, you know it now. Average return can be super misleading, while CAGR, that shows you the actual honest-to-goodness outcome. Okay, so knowing the difference is one thing, right? But actually using this knowledge, that's where the real power is. So let's wrap this up and focus on what this all means for you, for your financial future.
All right, so here are the big takeaways, the things you got to remember. First, from now on, be super skeptical when you just see average return. Just give it the side eye. Second, always hunt for the CAGR. That's the real story. And when you do that, it helps you focus on what really matters in the long run, because you'll see that it's that long-term consistency that builds wealth, not all those crazy, chaotic short-term headlines. And you know, that leaves us with one final thought. You're now in on the secret. You know the difference between a flashy marketing number and a number that actually means something. So the next time you're looking at an investment, you've got the tool to see right through the hype. So I've got to ask, which number are you going to look for?